Welcome back dear students. In today's video let us discuss another endocrine gland, that is parathyroid gland. So in last video we have studied thyroid gland. If you remember, thyroid is a bilobed gland and the two lobes are present in the neck region ventral to the larynx. And today's topic is parathyroid. This name parathyroid is purely because of their location. And if you ask me what is the location of parathyroid glands in the human body, totally two pairs of parathyroid glands we have, and each pair is found partially embedded on the dorsal surface of each thyroid lobe. So totally two thyroid lobes are present. On the dorsal surface of each thyroid lobe, small sized pair of endocrine glands are found partially embedded. That's why they are called parathyroid glands. So basic question. So how many parathyroid glands are present in humans? Answer should be two pairs, and each pair is found partially embedded on dorsal surface of each thyroid lobe. Hence they are called parathyroid glands. And here I have shown the representation. So these are the two lobes of thyroid gland. You can see in the diagram. So a small sized pair of endocrine glands are found embedded on each thyroid lobe. That's why we are calling them parathyroid glands. And these parathyroid glands are responsible for the production of a hormone, that is PTH, parathyroid hormone. And this parathyroid hormone is otherwise called Collip's hormone. This is an extra point for competitive exams you have to remember. Which hormone is also called Collip's hormone? Answer should be PTH. PTH stands for parathyroid hormone. It is the hormone which is produced by two pairs of parathyroid glands. And what is the main function of parathyroid gland? Parathyroid gland and its hormone, that is parathormone or parathyroid hormone, it is responsible for increasing calcium levels in the ECF and blood. So as it increases the calcium levels in ECF and blood, it is commonly called hypercalcemic hormone. If you remember, in thyroid gland I said there is a hormone called calcitonin produced from parafollicular cells of the thyroid gland. So calcitonin always lowers the calcium level in the ECF, whereas PTH, parathyroid hormone, always elevates or increases the calcium levels in the ECF. So with this it is very clear, functions of calcitonin and PTH are antagonistic, that is opposite to each other. So parathyroid hormone, that is PTH, it increases the calcium levels in ECF, I said. How can it do this? Here is the answer. PTH always promotes the absorption of calcium from what? From food in the gut, and it also promotes the absorption of calcium within the nephrons. So by promoting absorption of calcium from the gut and also from the nephrons, it helps increasing the calcium levels in ECF. That's why PTH is popularly known as hypercalcemic hormone. So with this it is very clear, in the human body how many parathyroid glands are present? Two pairs of parathyroid glands are present. What is the main hormone produced from parathyroid glands? That is PTH. PTH stands for parathyroid hormone. It is otherwise called Collip's hormone. And parathyroid hormone always help increasing calcium levels in the ECF. Based on this function, parathyroid hormone is popularly called hypercalcemic hormone, and its functions are antagonistic to which hormone? Calcitonin. Now let us look into the problems associated with hyposecretion of PTH and hypersecretion of PTH. First, hyposecretion of PTH means whenever in the human blood PTH level decreases, what is the main problem? I already told you PTH always promotes absorption of calcium from wall of the gut and also from the nephron. So whenever PTH level decreases, calcium absorption also decreases and it lowers what now? Calcium levels in the ECF, and in ECF calcium level decreases, but ultimately in the muscle cytoplasm, that is in the sarcoplasm, calcium availability becomes more. So due to excessive calcium availability inside the muscles, muscles remain in a condition of sustained contraction, and this problem is called tetany. So here students should concentrate and understand what is tetany. Condition of sustained muscle contraction, and if you know calcium ions are essential for muscle contraction, whenever calcium ions are available in the sarcoplasm, continuous muscle contraction occurs. So now what happened, tell me? PTH levels are decreased and in the muscles calcium availability has become more, because in the ECF of other tissues calcium level is decreased and in muscle sarcoplasm calcium level is increased. So muscles remain in the condition of sustained contraction, which is called tetany. And opposite to it, hypersecretion. So whenever there is hypersecretion of PTH, so it is very clear. So when PTH levels of our blood increases than normal, so absorption of calcium from bone tissue matrix from muscle becomes more. So this all the calcium from the bone tissue matrix and muscles is absorbed back into what? ECF and blood. So in the ECF and blood calcium levels increase, but in the bone tissue matrix what happens? Calcium level decreases. Now the bones become very soft and they become sensitive to fractures, and this condition is called osteoporosis. So condition of soft bones due to decreased calcium levels is called osteoporosis. So with this it is very clear, whenever PTH levels increase in the blood, ECF blood calcium level increases, but in the bones and muscles calcium level decreases. So muscle function is affected, bones become sensitive to fractures and bones become fragile. That condition is called osteoporosis. In medical terminology, it is also called osteitis fibrosa cystica. So this is about the endocrine gland, parathyroid gland. So most of the students confuse with the functions of calcitonin and parathyroid hormone. No confusion at all. Calcitonin and parathyroid hormone together regulate the calcium levels in the body fluids, but naturally calcitonin helps decreasing the calcium level in ECF and blood. That's why it is called hypocalcemic hormone, whereas PTH always increases the calcium levels in ECF and blood. That's why it is called hypercalcemic hormone. So it is very clear, functions of calcitonin and parathyroid hormone are antagonistic to each other. Thank you.